Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with All Things.
Oh, you're not. I'm Chef Tom. This is my new friend Cynthia. She's the winner of the Ultimate Holiday Giveaway, and part of that prize package was traveling to Kansas from Georgia to shoot a video with me. A video of her choice. What did you choose?
I chose barbecue shrimp and grits.
Barbecue shrimp and grits. Now this is about a 4-year-old video that we did. It's only gotten better with time. How many times have you cooked this?
Probably about 5 at this point.
All right, so today we're gonna do it our way together. So in case you're not familiar with this recipe, this is a New Orleans style shrimp and grits, which is kind of funny, right?
Yes, because there's no barbecue in the shrimp and grits.
Right. It's basically grits that we're gonna bring to we're gonna bring our water to a boil and cook the grits first. We're gonna cook those down, add some cheeses and some cream, some good stuff. And then we're gonna make a sauce, and we're gonna actually sear the shrimp off on the griddle, then add them to the sauce. So it's kind of funny that they call it barbecue because it's not the kind of barbecue that we're used to.
However, it is very tasty and definitely one of my favorite recipes.
Water's come to a boil, so now we're gonna add 1 3/4 cups of our Marsh Hen Mill white grits. Cynthia's whisking this for me. We're gonna let this come back up to a simmer, and we'll just put a lid on it and let it cook away until these are nice and tender. I moved the grits into the kitchen so that we can warm up our chicken stock and our cream. Now we're gonna add a cup each of heavy cream and chicken stock. This is gonna get mixed into the grits once they're cooked. We gotta bring that up to temperature so that we don't cool the grits down. All right, so this is coming up to a simmer. We're gonna stop it, turn the heat off, and just throw a lid on top to keep it warm. Grits cook for about 10 minutes. They're nice and tender, but still have a little bit of bite to them. Cynthia's pouring in our cream and chicken stock mixture. So I'll start to whisk this a little bit now. Gently, just to work that cream and chicken stock in. So now when we're starting to add some flavor. But we're not gonna stop with cream and chicken stock. We've also got butter and cheeses to add. Cynthia, you wanna start putting some cheese in there? All right, so about 4 ounces of smoked white cheddar. Mix that in, let that melt away. And about 2 ounces of Parmesan. And then we're just gonna finish this off with a couple tablespoons of unsalted butter. So we'll let this sit for a while.
Release butter.
Get out of there. This is gonna kind of thicken up. It's gonna need some salt probably here in a little bit, but we're gonna let it sit before we taste it and see how much salt we need to add. Throw a lid on it and let it stay warm. Next step now, we're gonna skewer up our shrimp. We'll start at the head end and go through the tail end, create that little curly Q there. Stuff as many of these on here as we can. There's 2 pounds of shrimp. Now we've used the tail off shrimp today, although you could use the tail on if you want to. I just bought the simplest thing for the recipe. All right, so we're going with Cajun spices because this is a southern dish, a Louisiana dish. Got the blackening seasoning. If you want to, you can add a pinch of cayenne just to up the heat. Maybe let's just do a couple of these skewers with some cayenne. Next, we got a little bit of knife work to do for our sauce. So I'm gonna start dicing up this red onion while Cynthia strips our rosemary and crushes our garlic so that we can mince that up as well. So Cynthia's just getting those leaves stripped off the rosemary stems. I'm gonna break this down into a fairly fine mince. All right, let's tag team it. Smash these down, peel those skins off, and then give them a good mince. We want about 2 tablespoons. Now we could just grate these on a microplane, save us a little bit of work, but I kind of like the chunks of garlic in there.
I could have done this an easier way. Okay, yours is definitely a lot finer than mine.
Keep going.
Okay, I'll keep going. So what's the secret to this?
All right, first is
Okay.
positioning your hand properly. You want to grip it here between your forefinger and your thumb. We're going to put our hand on top at the front of the knife and then just rock it through there.
You still do it a lot faster than me, but I see how that's definitely better than the technique I was trying to use to begin with.
You can lift the knife up a little bit higher as you rock it. And then you won't be pushing stuff around quite as much.
See, we're all learning something today.
There you go.
Well, Tom's not learning anything because he knows it all already. But for you guys and myself, we're going to learn some knife skills.
Next, we're gonna give the shrimp a nice sear on the griddle. Before we get these shrimp on, we're gonna hit the surface of this hot griddle with some chili oil. All right, Cynthia, get in there. Do some work. We don't even have to get these cooked all the way through. We're just looking to get a nice sear on them before they go into the sauce where they can finish cooking. We're getting a nice sear on here. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that chili oil to the griddle, and then we'll flip these over to sear the opposite side. Hot.
Yeah, that's hot.
Work on your chef hands. All right, these aren't fully cooked through yet, but they've got a nice sear on them, so we're gonna take them off. Now to make the sauce to go with our shrimp and grits, we're gonna start with about a tablespoon of that chili oil. Throw in our red onions. You should give those a stir for me, Cynthia. I'll season these up just a little bit with that blackening rub. So we're just gonna cook these until they're fairly translucent, possibly a little browned around the edges. Onions look good, so now we're gonna add in our garlic and rosemary and give those about a minute to cook.
Oh, that smells wonderful.
All right, let's get saucy now. We're gonna do a 1/4 cup of the W sauce. This is our Worcestershire. Also gonna add a cup of Georgia beer for our Georgia friends.
Shout out.
I'm gonna guess what's a cup and save the rest for me. I'm turning up the heat now to bring this to a simmer. And we're gonna add a little cream and butter to finish it off. And when I say a little, I mean a lot.
Butter makes it better.
Butter does make it better. We've let this reduce by about half, so now we're gonna add a couple tablespoons of heavy cream and a 1/2 cup of butter. Whisk it in there, Cynthia. We can actually shut off the heat at this point, so we can kind of mount that butter in there gently. If it separates, it's not a big deal. It's still gonna taste great. But we're trying to get that kind of emulsified in there. Sauce is over low heat now. We're gonna add our shrimp back in just to warm them up.
Did you put these on extra tight?
Slide them off.
I'm trying. Okay. Apparently mine's gonna be one shrimp at a time.
All right. Shrimp have gotten a little bit cool since they've been off the grill, so we want to warm them back up in the sauce. Might as well get all that good shrimp juice in there as well. All right, let's just fold it around to coat it. We're about ready to plate. Let's just give this a few minutes to warm up. Time to finish everything off. We're gonna finish this sauce off with some lemon juice. Just take 1 lemon, squeeze that juice in there, catch those seeds, and give that a stir. And then we can plate this thing up. Now, I don't like my grits too tight. I don't know about you. What do you think about this consistency?
That looks perfect.
Good. I'll take it from a southerner, but I got it right. You want to scoop some shrimp and sauce on there for us? Scoop me up some of that sauce.
Have you figured out which ones have the cayenne on them?
Nope. This is shrimp roulette. Finishing touches here. Just gonna mince up some parsley to put on top. And we're slicing through our delicate herbs rather than chopping them so that we don't mash all of those oils, because that's where all of that flavor and aroma comes from.
Do you like a little or a lot? Say when.
Good. It's like being an Olive Garden. Now, I can tell you that our grits don't have quite enough salt in them. That sauce is probably pretty good, but I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of kosher salt on top of the grits to bring that salt level up. Let's get a taste. Cheers. A bit of that sauce, and those grits, some shrimp. I can't do this without hot sauce. Are you gonna go for it or no? This is your chance.
Douse me.
All right. Here we go.
I have died and went to heaven.
It's pure comfort food. I mean, all of the flavors are there. It's savory.
This is one of those dishes that, although it is great in the winter, I can eat it year round.
Yeah. I love the citrus from that lemon. And I'm totally picking up on that smokiness from the smoked cheddar and the grits. Like that completely changes the flavor of the grits.
I have learned cheddar makes it better, for sure.
Words to live by. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Cynthia, for traveling all the way from Georgia to have us. Thank you, Josh, Cynthia's husband, for stealing a bite. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, or maybe you'd like to come cook with me someday, leave that comment in the comment section down below. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce.
All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.